President Donald Trump's plan to seek U.S. ownership of the Gaza Strip and move out its population infuriated the Arab world. According to Associated Press, it stunned American allies and other global powers and even flummoxed members of Trump's own party. The reaction in Israel was starkly different. The idea of removing hundreds of thousands of Palestinians from Gaza, once relegated to the fringes of political discourse in the country, has found fertile ground in an Israeli public traumatized by Hamas October 7, 2023, attacks and grasping for ways to feel secure again after the deadliest assault in their country's history. Jewish Israeli politicians across the spectrum either embraced the idea wholeheartedly or expressed openness to it. Newspaper columns praised its audacity and TV commentators debated how the idea could practically be set in motion. The country's defense minister ordered the military to plan for its eventual implementation. Whether or not the plan becomes reality, it is saddled with obstacles, not to mention moral, legal and practical implications. Its mere pronouncement by the world's most powerful leader has sparked enthusiasm about an idea once considered to be beyond the pale in the Israeli mainstream. To be sure, many of those who expressed openness to the plan said it seemed unfeasible for a multitude of legal and logistical reasons. And many others, including liberal Israelis and Palestinian citizens of Israel, voiced opposition to it. The liberal daily Haaretz, in an editorial Thursday, urged Israelis to oppose transfer. In a joint Washington news conference with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Tuesday, Trump said he envisioned the U.S. taking control of the Gaza Strip, having its people relocate to other places and rebuilding the war-battered coastal enclave into the Riviera of the Middle East.
Israeli officials say they're moving ahead with plans to encourage and help Palestinians to leave the Gaza Strip. This comes after President Donald Trump floated a controversial plan this week calling for all of Gaza's 2 million Palestinians to be removed. He says the U.S. would then move into the territory, oversee it, and oversee a lengthy reconstruction process. Now, this plan has come under fierce international condemnations. Many critics say it amounts to ethnic cleansing.
The statements by President Trump saying that the U.S. would take over Gaza and that it would require that the Palestinian population be moved out signal an intent to potentially ethnically cleanse Gaza and further forcibly displace the local population, the Palestinian population of Gaza. We don't know if these will turn into actual policy, but the statement of intent is very concerning. And if it were to transform into state policy, it would potentially amount to ethnic cleansing.
The president appears to be sticking with the proposal, although some officials in the White House say he only wants to see a temporary displacement of Palestinians. In the meantime, Israeli leaders have welcomed the proposal, and Israel's defense minister says he has ordered the military to begin preparations for assisting Palestinians who want to leave. It's not clear how this plan would work or when it would go into effect, but it is causing alarm across the region. Some of the harshest criticism is coming from the Arab world, and especially from Egypt, an Israeli ally that borders Gaza. Egyptian officials say they already have launched a diplomatic initiative. They're trying to rally opposition to the plan behind the scenes. They are warning that Egypt's historic peace agreement with Israel, 45 years old, could be in danger if this plan moves forward.
Germany is attempting to transform its army, including boosting its numbers of army recruits and reservists, in response to Russia's war in Ukraine. According to Associated Press, German lawmakers approved a €100 billion special fund to strengthen the country's military, preparing the way for a massive procurement in the wake of Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz announced the fund 3 days after the start of the invasion, and said that Germany would spend over 2% of its gross domestic product on defense, a NATO target on which it has long lagged. Officials acknowledged that the German military, the Bundeswehr, has for years suffered from neglect and in particular from aging, poorly functioning equipment. Germany now plans to create at least 6 homeland defense regiments, each comprising 6,000 to 8,000 personnel by 2026, according to Sky News. At a training exercise in Lower Saxony last year, members of homeland defense regiments practiced shooting. David, an office worker and homeland defense recruit, said Russia's invasion of Ukraine had been a key motivating factor in his decision to sign up to the division. They're systematically trying to undermine the world order, crossing every red line that we have drawn up as a result of the experience since World War I, World War II. Lieutenant General Andrei Bodeman, who helps lead military training exercises, stressed the importance of national preparedness, saying, "I don't think that we are in the war, but we are no longer living in peacetime." The German army currently has just over 179,000 troops but aims to reach 203,000 by 2031, according to Sky News. Germany does not have compulsory conscription, so initiatives like youth camps are being run to help attract new recruits. At a week-long course in Saxony, teenagers practiced navigation, teamwork, and outdoor skills. One participant, 17-year-old Julian, explained his motivation: "There's a sense of patriotism that's a big part of it and wanting to defend my country."
The situation in Europe has changed because of the war in the Ukraine. So now where whole areas are changing and we need to get ready for maybe a war in the future, we need to fill up our reserves.
The invasion of Ukraine by Russia, I think that was definitely the motivating factor, because they're systematically trying to undermine the world order, crossing every red line that we have drawn up as a result of the experience in World War I, World War II, you know, not executing prisoners, not torturing, not raping.
I don't think that we are in a war, but we are no longer living in peacetime, and we are in between. We already started, and we have to speed up to be ready before Russia is ready.
Fertig, go! Komm. Letzten Meter, gleich geschafft.
Why is it that you want to join the military?
There's a sense of patriotism, that's a big part of that, and also the love of my country, wanting to defend it.
Nicht auf die Wurzeln treten.
Probably they think they come here and have to go to war, and yeah, that doesn't sound that great.